WH questions in the simple present tense.
I want you to listen to this. It's essentially an entire story told in a single breath. Sarah talks to her French teacher at the library once a week because she wants to improve her French. Every single piece of this sentence is an answer just waiting for a WH question. We're going to reveal the answers to all of our grammar questions today.
Who and whom, identifying subjects and objects.
We really need to figure out who exactly is doing what. Let's start by finding the subject, the person who is actually performing the action. To find them, we use the word who. So we have who, then our verb, and then the rest of the sentence. But hey, notice our first massive checkpoint right here. There is absolutely zero auxiliary verb used. No do, no does. So looking back at our master sentence, if we ask, who talks to her French teacher once a week, the answer is just our subject, Sarah. We definitely don't say, who does talk. We just snap who directly right onto that main verb. Wonderfully simple, right?
We know who is talking, but whom is she talking to? When we want to find the object, meaning the person receiving the action, we use whom, and the puzzle totally changes here. To ask about the object, we have to snap in a brand new building block, the auxiliary verb. So the structure actually becomes whom plus do or does plus the subject and the verb. If we ask, whom does Sarah talk to once a week? The answer is our object, her French teacher. We literally needed that does to make the question work structurally.
Seeing these rules compared directly is super interesting because who targets the subject and completely refuses to use an auxiliary verb, right? While whom targets the object and gladly uses it. Now, as a quick aside, while this is the strict, correct grammatical rule, in everyday spoken English, you're honestly going to hear people use who for almost everything. It's just much more common.
Things versus actions, the what divide.
A lot of times we want to ask about a noun, right? A specific thing, some info, or an idea. For this, we just use what. And looking at our grammar puzzle, we see what, followed by our trusty auxiliary do or does, then the subject and the verb. We absolutely need the auxiliary here. Back to Sarah's story. If we want to know about her main goal, we ask, what does Sarah want to improve? We snap in our does auxiliary and boom, we get our noun answer, her French.
But wait, what if we aren't looking for a thing? What if we want to ask about an entire activity or action? We'll still use what, but the puzzle shifts a little. We use what do or what does followed by the subject, and then, and this is absolutely key, the base verb. You have to remember to always use the base verb after do or does. So to ask about Sarah's whole activity, the question becomes, what does Sarah do at the library once a week? And the answer is the action itself. She talks to her French teacher.
So, boiling it down, the crucial point is this. What, by itself, hunts for a noun or an idea. What does Sarah want? Answer, her French. But what do or what does hunts for a complete activity. What does Sarah do? Answer, she talks. Location. Think back to that master sentence for a second. Do you remember where this whole story is even taking place?
To pinpoint locations, we bring in where. And yep, our auxiliary is back. We absolutely need it. The formula is where plus do or does plus subject plus verb. So we ask, where does Sarah talk to her French teacher? The answer is a highly specific place, at the library.
What's her actual motivation here? Why is she spending her precious free time doing this?
When we want to understand reasons, we use why. And the golden rule to remember here is that why connects directly to because. Why does Sarah talk to her French teacher?
And the answer aligns perfectly, because she wants to improve her French.
How often does she actually go? To track frequency, we use how often. By now, you're definitely noticing the pattern, right? We absolutely 100% need that auxiliary do or does. Our completed question is, how often does Sarah talk to her French teacher? And the answer from our story? Once a week. And keep in mind, you can use all sorts of fantastic frequency words with this question format. Things like always, usually, often, sometimes, or even never.
So, we have completely unpacked Sarah's story, and check this out. It all builds into one unified, beautiful system. This is the Master Grammar Blueprint. What's the biggest takeaway here? It's that almost every single WH word literally demands that you snap in the do or does building block. Whom, what, where, why, how often, they all absolutely need the auxiliary. The only true rebel in this entire system is who when it's asking about the subject. That's the one exception.
And just like that, that brings us to the end of our journey today. We started with just one single master sentence about Sarah, and by breaking it apart, we completely unlock the rules for building WH questions in the simple present tense. You know exactly how these puzzle pieces fit together now, and way more importantly, you know exactly when to use the do and does auxiliaries and when to just leave them out. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. You have totally mastered the simple present. Stay curious, keep practicing, and I'll catch you next time.